Sometimes there are stories that just stick with you, and this is one of them. It's about a secret, a father's secret, that cost a family absolutely everything. It's a powerful look at love, sacrifice, and one huge, devastating misunderstanding.
It's a question that really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? I mean, we usually think of misunderstandings as, no big deal. But what happens when one single mistake, just one wrong assumption, is enough to completely shatter a family?
Okay, so let's jump right into the most dramatic moment of this whole story. We're at a wedding. It's supposed to be the happiest day of this young woman's life, but, well, the past has a funny way of showing up when you least expect it.
So just picture it, right? The scene is perfect. She's in this stunning dress, the flowers are everywhere, and all her friends and family are there to celebrate with her. It's the start of a whole new life.
But then, something happens. An interruption. Out of nowhere, this man appears. And you can tell just by looking at him that life has been really, really hard. He walks right up to the bride, and that perfect picture just shatters.
And what he asks for is so simple, it's almost heartbreaking. He's not asking for money or for food. All he wants is a hug.
The bride, though, her reaction is just instant shock and disgust. On her perfect day, this is an intrusion she just can't deal with. She physically pushes him away from her and yells for security. As the guards are dragging this man away, he shouts out these 4 words that completely stop her in her tracks. The unwelcome guest, the man she just had thrown out, is her father. How? How on earth did it ever get to this point? To even begin to understand that shocking moment at the wedding, we've got to go back in time, way back, to a time when this family was just completely torn apart by tragedy and one terrible, terrible mistake. Just look at this. It was one thing after another. Her father wasn't just gone. He was fighting a war on every single front. His wife was critically ill, their money was just draining away, and then after his wife tragically passed, he went bankrupt. He lost everything. Now, in the middle of all this sadness and hardship, the little girl finds something. It's this beautiful, expensive-looking dress tucked away in her dad's suitcase. For a child who's lost so much, this must have felt like a little piece of magic. And right here, this is the absolute heart of the misunderstanding. The daughter sees this dress and she thinks, this must have been my mom's. It was like a final, beautiful piece of her mother that she could hold on to. But the reality? It was something else entirely. It was an extremely expensive item her dad was looking after for his boss's wife. So, coming from a place of just pure love and a child's innocence, she wants to feel close to her mom. She takes a pair of scissors and she cuts up this gorgeous dress to make it fit her, thinking she's going to surprise her dad. Her surprise, it backfires in the worst way imaginable. Her dad isn't happy. He is absolutely furious. He screams at her, and just a few days later, he's gone. No note, no goodbye. He just vanishes, leaving his little girl completely alone. All right, let's jump back to the wedding. Remember when he was being dragged away? The father dropped something. It was a letter, and that letter was about to reveal the truth behind 10 long years of silence. Just look at this timeline. It is staggering. It all started with a child's innocent mistake with a dress, which led to her father disappearing, which led to 10 years in jail, all of it leading up to this incredibly painful reunion. An entire life totally derailed by that one single day. The letter begins by taking her right back to that one horrible memory. The dress, the thing that caused all his anger, and the reason he just vanished from her life. And here's the detail that changes everything. That dress she cut up? It wasn't just a fancy dress. It was worth $10,000. For a man who had already lost everything he had, that was an impossible, unimaginable amount of money. And this is the devastating consequence. He couldn't pay for it, he couldn't replace it. So it wasn't just about losing his job. He was charged, convicted, and sent to prison. He wasn't gone for a little while. He was sentenced to 10 years. He lost a decade of his life, and a decade of hers, all because of that one innocent mistake. And the letter ends, not with any blame, not with any anger, but with just pure heartbreak in love. He's apologizing for being gone, for an absence she could never have understood, and confirming that through all of it, he never, ever stopped loving her. So, in the few minutes it takes to read that single piece of paper, the daughter's entire world, everything she believed for the last 10 years, just gets turned completely upside down. The anger she held on to for so long, it just evaporates, and it's replaced by this crushing wave of understanding.
She finally saw the whole heartbreaking picture. He wasn't the dad who abandoned her. He was a man who had sacrificed everything for his family. First, he spent all their money trying to save his wife, and then he sacrificed his own freedom for his daughter's mistake.
And in that moment, nothing else mattered. Not the guests, not the perfect wedding. She runs, tears just streaming down her face, and takes her father's hand. The unwelcome guest was now the most important person there, and she asked him to do the one thing he probably dreamed of for 10 years in a prison cell, to walk her down the aisle. Wow. This story leaves us with a really powerful question to carry with us. We all do it, right? We build these stories in our heads about the people in our lives based only on what we see. But this is such a strong reminder that behind their actions or their anger or even their silence, there could be a story of sacrifice that we know absolutely nothing about.